My name just covers up your can. That's perfect. No one can see this bad boy over here. How you doing, Siri?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. You work out today?
Kinda.
Yeah. With this thing with Robbie?
Yeah, with Robbie Echo, because I was helping him film a workout video. So
there you go. Mm-hmm. That's what he does. That man has got like some of the thickest thighs I've ever seen.
He does. They are meaty.
He always walks around with those short shorts too. That's what I love about him. Fantastic. Mm-hmm. So, for everyone who is watching right now, this is the lovely Siri. Now, you took a break from porn for a wee bit.
I did. Yeah, it turned out to be a 5-year break.
But you're back now.
It was meant to be a retirement. It became a break.
What kind of brought you back?
It's like a combination of things, but I mean the easiest way to put it is like I just missed it.
Really?
Yeah. I did several other jobs in the interim when I was taking a break. The most recent thing I did before coming back to porn was I worked as an editor at a publishing company. Really? I was doing editing and copywriting.
Huh. Well, look at you.
Yeah.
Damn.
I liked that job, but honestly, I was sitting at a desk all day and like I was kind of bored. And ultimately, like almost a year and a half into it is when I was like, I think I'm going to actually like officially go back into porn.
Yeah. You enjoying it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back because, you know, everyone I have talked to really enjoys working with you.
Yay! I like that I get positive feedback. That's a good thing. I'm going to turn my chair more toward you. Okay.
It's one of those things, like I've said this before on the show that I lump like porn girls into 3 categories. Mm-hmm. I lump them like there's a third that are like complete nymphomaniacs. Mm-hmm. And they're absolutely like amazing to work with. Mm-hmm. Then there's like a third that are sort of like professionals down the line that like once the camera goes on they're great, but they're not sort of super flirty or anything before that.
Yeah. And
then there's the last third that are kind of like the divas. It can be a bit of a bit of a pain in the ass to work with sometimes. But you definitely fit into that first third of being a complete like nymphomaniac. Even though you might not come like right now, she might not seem like it. Everyone who's watching this, but believe me, she is. She absolutely is. Right now you've got right now you have your
what a compliment.
Your reserved professional persona on, I feel.
Yes, I'm a nymphomaniac who understands social context and boundaries.
Exactly.
Which is specifically why porn is the perfect job for me.
Have you ever been like you haven't ever been caught doing like outdoor stuff?
No, so along with that, like I actually have anxiety about like doing anything that might get me like in real trouble, like if I were outdoors or something. Like,
right.
I think the closest I ever got is a scene that I shot in my convertible that where I was like giving the guy a blowjob and the top was down.
That's as close as it gets.
That's about as close as I've gotten. And we were also like in a pretty remote area, so it's like the chance of anyone having seen it is very low. So I had sex in a parked car on a dark street at night.
Yeah.
It was also risky, but yeah.
It was pretty risky. The thing that scares me about like public stuff here is like you immediately go on like the sex offender register.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus, like I would, especially as an expat, there's no way in hell.
Yeah.
Because I have a hard, like I've shot that stuff. I've shot like outdoor stuff for content.
Yeah.
Because I can control it and I can know where we're going.
Yeah.
But I've got that as like a hard no
yeah.
on paid scenes. Like I refuse to do anything that's remotely outdoor.
Huh. I didn't even know that. That's wild.
Yeah.
I shot a scene in Las Vegas years ago where I'm like pretending to play soccer, and we didn't actually do any sex outdoors though. I don't know if that would actually have gotten me in trouble anyway. I was just wearing like very little clothing, but
right. How have things changed in like the 5 years you've been away? Do you see much of a difference?
Yeah, it's so different. Like OnlyFans didn't exist when I left the business because I left in very early 2015. OnlyFans didn't exist yet. There were some sites like ManyVids had just kind of started recently. Like they're still really new and didn't have a ton of traffic yet. So I used ManyVids and like Clips for Sale was around. But it's kind of wild that like most performers didn't care about having content back then. And now most people who like kind of are super serious about their business understand the value of content and want to make their own content a lot.
You know what's funny is I shot with Sarah J. What did I shoot with her? Sort of towards the end of last year.
Yeah.
And she was one of the few girls who sort of took that seriously from the very beginning.
She did, yeah.
And she's still going strong.
Yep.
She's been cranking it out for a couple of decades.
She's been doing her own, it's like had her own production company and stuff for
exactly
for a long time.
And she's not only that, but when certain girls went and retired, like big name girls, they were like, "Oh, I'm getting out. I'm done with it." She went and bought their back catalog.
That is so smart. That is so insanely smart.
She is one of the shrewdest businesswomen.
Yeah.
That is in this industry.
She's smart.
She's incredible. Have you worked with her?
I have. I've done some scenes. Well, so before I retired, I was a V&A girl. My website, SiriPornstar.com, is in the V&A network, which is also like Sarah J was also in that same V&A network.
Yeah.
Her production company is also like a separate thing. But I know she had like a porn site through V&A. So similar thing when after I retired. And funnily, not actually that long before I started doing porn again. Like it was in 2018. So I was still retired at the time. Hadn't yet decided I wanted to do porn again. And I sold my site, SiriPornstar.com. Like I had a whole membership website. I hadn't been posting content on it. Like when I retired, I stopped doing anything with it.
So it had just been sitting there basically.
Yeah. So I sold it, all the content. Like I don't even own it anymore. So fans ask me that a lot. And I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, no, that's not my like official site anymore. Like I'm not actively creating things for it. I sold it entirely to V&A. So like Vicky Vett now owns all that. And it's cool. Like we're still friends. Like I actually text her a lot and it's completely cool. But yeah, it's like smart because that's what they do as a business, V&A. It's similar to like what Sarah J does. Like we'll buy up sites and stuff.
That's pretty clever.
It's super smart.
Shit. Samantha, how you doing? Michael, how you doing? Welcome to the chat.
Hi.
What was I going to go with that next? So maybe give these guys an insight into what an average day for you is like offset.
It's usually just sitting on the computer a whole lot. Like
do you do a lot of your own like editing?
Yeah, I'm editing videos. I have my podcast that I do, so I'm editing episodes of that. Or like recording it. Making my own content, so like doing a lot of like solo scenes at home, that type of stuff. I shoot with my partner back home sometimes too. And like a ton of like just fan interactions. Like I personally manage all of my premium sites, which is like I do premium Snapchat, AVN Stars, OnlyFans, like basically any site that's like that type of thing. You name it, I probably have a presence on it, and I check my DMs.
And you're personally doing the whole thing yourself. Because that's not the thing. Like nowadays, a lot of girls have someone.
Oh, Sex Panther, that's another huge one.
That thing too. So these days, a lot of girls actually have like kind of outsource a lot of that work.
Yeah.
And it's kind of interesting. You can. There's a clear difference between the girls who like you manage it themselves. Like I can tell you're an organized person. I mean, it's pretty obvious. And
or just a control freak.
Or just a control freak. But you do powerlifting, and you did that. You competed in that, right?
Yeah, I most recently competed in just this past December. Yeah.
And like it's something I will touch on real quickly is like I always see lots of girls when they want to like lose, not necessarily porn girls, but civilians. If they want to lose weight or whatever, like, and people will say like, "I'll go lift heavy weights, hit the gym, right? Don't spend fucking hours on a treadmill, hit the weights." And they're always like, "Oh, I don't want to bulk up and get thick." You were deadlifting for like 5 years, right?
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah, I started. I mean, I haven't like really gotten like good and like had like anything that's like impressive totals until the past 2 years. I still don't think they're impressive, but they're better than average, you know.
But you probably got a bit thicker, you would say, over that time.
Oh, absolutely. Like if you look at a photo of me now versus even like kind of my trajectory was, and I was always like a bigger, like my whole family, all the women in my family, smallest woman in my whole family is like a size 8. Like we're big Scandinavian, sturdy women.
Yeah.
Like I'm Swedish, Danish, and Norwegian. We are very sturdy people. We're built for the cold, harsh winters. Right,
and lifting stones.
To build our stone houses in the fucking Arctic Circle. So yeah. No, if you compare my body now to my body in 2014, and even to my body in 2012 when I first started porn, what you see is like I started porn in 2012, and then I became pretty concerned. Like I don't know. I think it was once I started seeing myself in films, I like got a little. I was like, I kind of think that I could look better here or there. So I became concerned more with losing weight.
Yeah.
And when I say losing weight, I mean like truly, like I wasn't putting on any muscle. Like I was losing some body fat, but like it was essentially I looked thinner by the time I retired, but I didn't look strong.
Right.
You know, like I see old photos of me from like 2014 and I'm like, my arms are so scrawny. Like, and now I look incredibly different. And it's just because I have way more. I don't even know how much, but I would guess that I put on like 50 pounds of muscle.
Yeah,
like
I've seen photos of you from before, and I'm like, yeah, she got stronger.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like a lot of civilian girls, I don't want to bulk up, and I'm like,
you're not gonna.
Look, yeah, exactly. It's
Are you planning to take steroids?
Well, not even that. It's
like that's what they think they're gonna look like a professional bodybuilder.
The amount
like not
of
even competing natural and
the
like that's
effort it takes too. Like you're not gonna put in the amount of effort it would require to look that way.
For a woman with female hormone levels, like that's gonna be. You're not gonna like wake up being swole overnight.
Wake up and be swole.
If only.
Anna, how you doing? Good evening. Let's change something for a second. I want to talk about the kinds of DMs that you get on a regular basis. Because I mean, I know that lots of porn people get hit up in their DMs on Instagram all the time, and you have an Instagram. You have not been banned, which is good.
I did have one deleted.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How many message requests do you think you would get?
Do you want me to just look
on an average day? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look. This is gonna be good.
I mean, I think it's got to be at least 100 a day. I have about 485,000 followers currently.
This is good because it gives like a comparison of like how many followers you have versus how many.
Whoa! Let's turn that sound off. Okay.
I'm gonna mute you.
So I don't know if there's a way to break down message requests like in time, but like this is just the initial screen that I see if I go into my unfiltered DMs.
Let's see, 52 minutes ago.
Scrolling.
Scroll down until it gets like one day.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
All right, so one day.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, look, that's about 3 scrolls. So that's a good 30-ish messages.
Oh, I actually need to follow this person back. That's a person I actually care about. Okay. And I will accept her request. But yeah, it's like that's dozens. It's several dozens
in a single day.
Yeah.
And how often do you actually like go through and read them and check them out? Sometimes.
Rarely. I think right now, this minute is the first time I looked at them in like a month, probably.
And why might that be?
Why on earth would and porn or not?
I know why. I'm just
porn or not. Why would anyone with that many like hundreds of thousands of followers want to see random messages from people I don't know? Like, have you ever like out of curiosity gone through them and found some really, really creepy, disturbing shit? I mean, absolutely. I mean, a ton of just dick pics, like
even in your Instagram feed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in the Instagram, like because they think I don't know. Do people think that Instagram can't see your DMs? Because like, do people think that? Because they definitely can. So good job, dudes who send the random dick pics in the unfiltered DMs. So show me your pussy. I like this one. Can I marry me?
The grammar is always the thing that really gets me. I'm like, you want to marry me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I get stuff similar to this too, but it's like,
you can tell they're like putting it through an English translation.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's a lot of dudes who are like not necessarily first English speakers, but even then, it's like, look, you want to marry someone? Like, you're gonna say this, I want to marry you. Whereas, take 5 minutes to spell check it.
I know. You would think. I think probably the top 2 like random comments because it the same. Honestly, like my comments, just the comments that are open on my Instagram posts look really similar to these DMs. Like people almost treat the comment section like they think that they're DMing me
directly. Yeah.
So, and I would say the top literally the top 2 comments that I see from like randos are marriage proposals or people calling me mommy.
Really?
Yeah. I get a lot of comments from like random young men online being like, will you please be my mommy?
Ugh.
And I'm like, ugh.
Toss the phone away.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I have a quick look? I want to see if it. I'm going to have a really quick scroll here, and if there's anything super creepy. This always looks dodgy. Hi, we're looking for ladies. I'm not going to click on that one. You're the sexiest girl I've ever seen. Show me your pussy. Can I marry me? Hey, I don't mean to be. That's a great start. Do you want if I click this one?
Yeah. Oh, hey, I don't mean to be creepy.
Hey, I don't mean to be creepy or give you a wrong idea, but I think you're absolutely gorgeous and a big fan of yours. Okay, look.
That's not as weird.
That's not as weird as that.
Sounded like it was gonna be.
Sexiest girl I've ever seen. Damn. Show me your pussy. Obviously. Let's keep going here. Love you from Iraq. Okay. I find there's a lot of dudes from the Middle East.
Yes.
DMing us on.
Well, do you want to see the? I find this very interesting for anyone.
Oh, like the insights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just look at this and I think it's fucking cool because it also tells me something about like porn viewer or like porn fandom stuff, you know, like like some of the top cities are like Cairo, Egypt. My follower breakdown is mostly United States, but then India, Egypt, Mexico, Indonesia.
Lots of dudes from India and Indonesia.
It makes sense though, because you think those are incredibly densely populated parts of the world. So like it's like of course I'm gonna have like more followers from like a giant country. You know?
I like this one from Anna. DMs on Instagram from non-porn females are ridiculous. I keep getting sugar daddies wanting to take care of me. Well, good for you, Anna. You know, if you can get that sweet cash, go right ahead.
She has a good point because DMs like this are honestly a part of like being a woman on the internet.
In 2020, yeah.
I mean, like I have friends who will send me like funny stuff that they get, and these are people who have like they could have a private Instagram account, like 200 followers, and you know they work as a fucking shoe salesperson.
Oh like. Yeah, as long if they put a pretty picture up, they get those DMs. And Michael makes a good point here.
I would love to lick your ass. That's another one.
It's a great one. I get that one.
I understand.
The more oppressed a country is sexually, the more they watch porn. I'm going to disagree with you really on a certain point here, Michael. These guys don't actually get to watch porn, and here's why: because they have a firewall. In lots of Muslim countries, so for example, like your Pakistans or like places in the Middle East, they have a firewall where you can't actually access porn.
It's actually blocked by the government.
It's completely blocked by the government. So what happens is these guys kind of, I'm sure at some point they've got a glimpse of porn at some point.
Oh yeah.
And what they do is they track. Oops, I just moved the entire camera with my foot. They track us down on Instagram or Twitter. And then that's like Instagram becomes their pornography, basically, because girls can post photos in thongs or whatever. And that's basically what they're fapping to.
Yeah.
And the other exception is that in Twitter, because Twitter allows hardcore pornography, this becomes their source of porn.
Yeah. For
a lot of these guys in these countries, which is why I think we get such a skewed amount of guys DMing us from those countries. Even though looking at your insights, like the percentage that it's a smaller percentage from say India than it is the United States.
Yeah.
But most of these guys have names like Shwama, Yashim, Jerba, like these are all like non-English.
Yeah.
Not like non-Anglo-Saxon names.
Yeah.
Right. So I think I really think it's their like they treat Instagram like it's their porn hub.
Yeah. And I think you're entirely correct. Like it's and honestly, like I didn't it's interesting to also compare things like that to social media before I retired, since it's been so many years and things have changed so much. But
what social media was out when you retired?
So Instagram and Twitter both existed for sure.
But they were brand new.
Twitter wasn't totally new. Like Twitter, it was more established. So like porn social media took place entirely on Twitter pretty much for when I was first starting in the industry. Instagram was around. People were using it to promote themselves, but it was nowhere near the industry in itself that it is now. Like influencers weren't a thing.
Yeah.
Influencer was just becoming a word. when I retired from the porn industry. And I remember how it was insanely hard to get followers on Instagram back then. When I retired, my Instagram account that I had been building up and up for years had 30,000 followers, and I had worked for 3 years to get there.
Wow.
And now, like, just to compare, like, I've been back from retirement and made an Instagram account and grew it and have close to 500,000 followers in less than a year.
Right.
Like, it's huge now. You know, I don't know what the statistics are, but if you look at the total number of user accounts on Instagram in 2020 versus 2014, that would probably tell the story. Yeah.
It's completely different. And I think a lot of people don't like it's quite interesting to me as a guy in the industry, like how quickly girls can grow their accounts compared to like a dude like me. I mean, it's like, for example, it took me, how long have I been doing this? Over 3 years, 3.5, almost 4, to get to like 20K on Twitter.
Yeah.
A girl will do that in like a month.
Yeah.
Easy. A brand new girl in a month. Yeah. Boom, no problem.
Yeah. When my like first comeback scene with Brazzers came out and they started promoting it on their Instagram account, they have like 10 million followers on there. Like, I mean, I jumped up by like 20,000 followers on Instagram overnight.
Oh, boom. And that's the thing, you can't, like, when you're growing that quickly, there's no way in hell you can keep track of, even if there was someone in that 20,000 that you wanted to connect with.
Yeah.
The chances of you seeing it is damn near impossible.
I don't even look at the notifications on there. Like,
right.
Yeah, it's just impossible.
And that's why even when I've worked with girls, and like I've learned my lesson now. Like, if I want to connect with a girl I've worked with, I have to shove the phone like in her face on set to be like, hey, let's swap, like, let's follow each other. Yeah. Okay, there's my fucking thing. Click the button. Here's your, because otherwise, if I do it, I mean, it does happen. Like, people will find each other through Twitter and you'll follow each other. Typically, when a big studio puts out a scene trailer, and it's like, oh, that's so and so, I'm gonna follow him.
Yeah,
get them that way. But if I don't like follow the girl I've worked with like that day, like I'm just in the dust.
You'll never be able to get a hold of her again.
Well, exactly. And even though like we might have had a great scene, we might have had awesome chemistry, and even on the day be like, let's shoot content together. Like, absolutely 100%. Like, if I'm like, boom,
it's so true.
On Twitter the next day, like, not a chance you're seeing that.
I try to be good about like following industry people when they come across my like timeline or whatever. Like, I am always on Twitter and I'm like, oh, I'm not following. Oh, okay, I'm gonna follow that person now.
Yeah. One Man's Way asks a very interesting question. I would love to hear your response on this one. So, after porn, let's say in this break that you took, was it hard to find guys that you were attracted to?
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, I didn't really date within the porn industry anyway. So, I mean, like, and even, I guess, like, the boyfriends that I had, like, after, like, between retirement and coming back were pretty, like, conventionally attractive dudes. I've never had, like, crazy standards for appearance of someone that I'm dating. I'm more interested in just personality in general and chemistry.
What kind of dudes have you dated? Like, have you dated like athletes, musicians?
A little bit of everything.
Or are they like geeky guys? Are they businessmen? Like, I'm trying to get an idea of
it's literally all over the place. So I've dated. Let's see, going really far back, I've dated women too. My first serious relationship was with a woman that I met in college, who was, we were both really similar. Like, people used to mistake us for sisters all the time, which is weird, but,
and then you'd make out in front of them, and they'd be like, oh my God.
We would be like, yeah, and then leave. I've dated a guy who's twice my age. I have dated, let's see, one of my first boyfriend when I retired and left LA was like, he looked exactly like God, what's his name from the big redhead wildling from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah, okay, that guy. Yeah
I dated a guy who looked exactly like a copy paste of that actor.
So another Scandinavian bloodline, basically.
I think I think his actual heritage is like he was Irish or something. But he was just like, you know, had a big, he was tall, had a big beard, and red hair, red beard.
Looks like he could kill a giant.
Pretty much, yeah. And he was pretty nerdy. I dated a guy who was like super, like insanely smart athlete. He had like grown up. He was a swimmer and had like a very swimmer's body, swimmer's build, needed like CrossFit and stuff. I mean, I've kind of dated all over the place. I don't know that I have a type. I think if I had to choose like a type, it's definitely like nerdier guys.
But good looking nerds. Yeah.
So my partner now, we've been together for 2 years, and he's like a dungeon master.
Wait, is it a D&D dungeon master or a BDSM dungeon master?
Yeah, like a D&D dungeon master.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, that is, and that's
and he's like he plays music. He's just an incredibly creative person. Like
very intelligent guy.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
There you go. It's funny. I said this yesterday when I was interviewing Bella, and that like a lot of people would be shocked at the number of girls whose boyfriends look like they belong at Comic-Con. Like scrawny, pasty white dudes with scraggly beards and glasses. Like, and I don't mean to. I'm not trying to like shit on them, but it's just what they look like.
Right.
And there's a ton of porn boyfriends that fit that description.
I think it's hilarious.
To a fucking T.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, Anna, right. They love the geeks. You're absolutely right.
I love geeks.
I mean, I'm a geek. But I'm a fucking secret geek. I don't let it out of the bag.
For the record, and my partner is not. He is kind of pasty. He's not very tan. But yeah, I actually tell him this. Like, I really like the porn star Owen Gray.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Tons of girls love him.
Yeah. Well, like, I think the reason I like Owen Gray a lot is in large part because he reminds me a lot of my partner.
That's interesting.
They're both just like tall and cute. They have cute faces and gigantic penises. So
yeah, Owen's fucking packing. That guy's huge.
It is. It's quite a surprise.
Yeah, like for a white boy.
Yeah,
like,
you would never honestly like expect it.
Represent.
What Owen Gray's dick makes me think of is this random quote that one of my friends said in high school, and I still to this day I have no idea if this was like where this came from, if they read it somewhere or heard it in a movie, or if they made it up out of their own brain. But my friend said, "You know how you can tell if a guy has a big dick? He walks like a dinosaur."
How does that look?
I don't know.
I have no point of reference.
I have no idea what that even. How do you walk like a dinosaur? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
You know what? The thing that I have always spotted with like dudes who have giant dicks, if they're a white dude with a giant dick, they tend to be scrawny and like lanky, like Owen Gray, Danny D. These guys have like giant penises, but they're like thin, pasty white dudes.
Okay. My partner is actually pretty lanky. He's 6'2", and
it's like all the
he's lithe. I would use the word lithe to describe him. I don't like scrawny because it makes it sound like he's like fragile or something, and he's like super strong.
You can be scrawny and like and kind of dense, but not like you're not going to break the guy. But he's still not. He's not thick.
He's not like a bulky dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like when they went through it. Here's what I think happens, right? When they go through puberty, all of like whatever is in your bones that makes you like give a growth spurt, somehow all that energy, that juice ends up in their dick. It goes into their penis. It just
stretches you.
And then it all goes out in the dick, and they stretch out in the penis. I
love it.
That's the only explanation.
Theories with Stirling Cooper.
That's the only explanation I can think of. Johnny Karate, awesome name, by the way, asks, what does your partner think about you being in porn?
He's supportive. We've shot scenes together. He's in a lot of videos that I sell on my OnlyFans, and
do you see his face or is it all POV?
Oh yeah, you can see his face in it.
Oh, there you go.
I asked. I was like, "Are you sure about this, babe?" Like,
yeah, because it obviously hasn't affected his job.
No, but that's one of the benefits, I think. I mean, actually, you could probably say more about that, but it seems like men in porn are a little less. Porn's stigmatized in general, but like, I think,
dude, I get every time someone finds out I do porn, I get patted on the back.
Yeah,
like I You know, like
yeah. So I asked him that, and he was like, "I'm not really worried about it."
Dude, you find it. People find out you're a male porn star. They're like, "Oh my god, have you worked with this person, that person, that person?" I get dudes from back home in Australia, like from high school, hitting me up in my Facebook Messenger all the time, being like, it'll happen at least once every couple of months. I'll get some dude from high school messaging me, be like, "Fuck you! I was on Pornhub and you ruined my jerk off. I saw the camera panned up and I saw your face." And I'm like, got him.
I love it. That's so good.
Another one.
My god.
Another one bites the dust. That's my favorite thing in the world. Is like just ruining.
That's amazing.
And they're all my buddies I used to play basketball with back in high school and stuff. I'm like,
yeah.
I fucking love it.
That's amazing.
I'm such a narcissist. It just strokes me the right way.
I've gotten dudes that I went to like high school with saying, like, confessing like that they had a crush on me all along or something like that, and I'm like, no way, dude. Like, I was not that attractive in high school. Like, I didn't look the way I look now.
I think, let's be perfectly honest
awkward.
here. Like, most men would have sex with most women. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think that's most straight men, at
least.
least.
Yeah, obviously. But,
most
okay, like
most men who aren't exclusively attracted to men
will have, like, if a woman, like, sat down in front of them, spread her legs, and say, "Go to town, honey," 99% of straight men are going to be like, "All right, fine, let's just do it." Like,
okay.
You know, that's not necessary. Like, so these guys sliding into DMs from high school being like, "Oh, I had a crush on you." Well, they probably had a crush on like every girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they weren't getting laid because they were like a horny teenager.
Yeah,
it's pretty obvious.
Yeah,
but they're just using it now as an excuse to slide up in your DMs.
Right.
Speaking of which, do you get many blue checkmark people hitting you up?
Oh, you know what?
Like celebrities, rappers, athletes, these kind of people.
No, I mean, I'd like to have a brag about something cool like that. No, literally the only blue check that maybe like
maybe they're there, you just don't see them.
Maybe they're there and I don't see it. Maybe I need to just scroll through and see if anything with a blue little check mark.
Don't tell your boyfriend that.
Shows up here. You'd be fine with it. We're not monogamous. I mean, hello, like does
he fuck around?
Yeah. Well, we consider ourselves poly. So he has another partner that's not me that he dates.
Yeah.
And like I'm friends with her, and like, you know, it's a we don't consider us like a throuple. It's not like we do everything together as a threesome all the time.
Yeah. But when you're not there, he will be in a like kind of like having a relationship stuff.
Yeah, like right now, like I'm in Los Angeles, you know, and he's back home, and like I'm sure that they've hung out a whole bunch this week. Like, you know,
that's super common in the porn industry. Like super.
It works so much better for me. I can't find any with blue check marks. So the only
this is actually quite surprising to me.
I'm stealthy. The only one that I've gotten was this guy, and I don't even remember his name because I don't watch the show, but he was from a reality show, and he didn't even have that many followers. Like, I had never heard of him, and I don't remember what show though. It was like one of those, like, I want to say it was like 90 Day Fiance or something like that.
Oh.
It was some dumb reality show that I've never watched.
It's not the guy with no neck. You seen that meme that's been going around?
No, it's not that guy.
The dude with no neck. I would love it if it was that guy. Holy shit! The dude who I actually know. I don't watch reality TV. I feel like it's mind numbing.
Yeah, I don't really watch it.
I just saw that guy being memed for
my God.
6 months. That would make my day if he was the guy that slid.
I mean, I wish. Maybe he will now. Maybe he's here right now and he's watching.
Oh, mate, let's hope so. What would be some of the? I mean, like we said, you don't check this stuff as often as some girls do, so maybe you don't have an answer to this. But what is the creepiest? No, not creepiest. What's the craziest offer anyone has ever made you?
So this is actually an old one, but back when I was like Siri 1.0 in like 2013 on Instagram, some guy who was a footballer, to use the appropriate terminology. Mm-hmm. And I think he was on France's team or something. He was on like some European, like big, like their national football team. So like a big deal, like a very well-known guy in his country. Mm. And he just openly in my Instagram comments just commented, like literally, and he was serious. I could tell the way he wrote the comments.
In the comments on a picture.
In the comments, where everyone could see on the picture, he just solicited me to like escort for him. Like, it was an honor. It was like, hey, I am such a huge fan. I would love to pay you 10,000 euros to spend a night with me. Like it was like a formal request with an offer of money in the open Instagram comments
for all to see,
for everyone to see. And someone, I mean, if anyone's like, and any of my fans who are watching, if they wanted to do research on this, I'm sure someone could pull it off. I just don't remember the specifics. But there was even like one of that country's like news networks like wrote a whole story on it because someone saw it and they were like, like.
Damn, maybe he must have. I reckon that was a slip of him. It
was still like the
new to Instagram and like, how do I message this girl directly? I'll do it here.
Yeah, it was definitely, that was the days still when like there were people who were like maybe at that time like in their mid 30s or something where like they didn't grow up with Instagram and they didn't understand how it worked. And I think he legit did not realize he was making a public comment.
Oh boy. I like that. So you got him in trouble with the national newspapers.
Yeah. It cracked me up.
What if he was married?
I think he might have been too. And it might have been what made it even more dramatic.
The absolute home wrecker, Siri.
Here, just me.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
Siri the home wrecker.
All right. So, one of the things that really irks me often when I am scrolling through my YouTube feed, I see videos of like porn star sex tips and dating advice and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And they're always asking the women for sex advice. Look, it's dudes asking for advice, specific advice for dudes, like, how do I last longer in bed, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they ask the chicks questions like this, which gives me the shits. So, what I want to ask you is, what advice would you give to women looking to be better in the bedroom?
That's a great question. Don't feel pressured to have an orgasm when you're nowhere near having an orgasm. Like, I'm not going to tell any woman, like, never fake an orgasm, because, like, I don't, that seems like an empty thing. Like, you know, I mean, and, like, I've had to fake orgasms for porn scenes because we're producing a product that's meant to be entertaining, right? Like, I try to never do that in my personal life. I mean, in fact, I never have with my current partner. What I'm going to say about the whole fake orgasm thing is, like, if you start from a base of like trying to cultivate like a lot of comfort around having discussions of sex and what you like and your boundaries, then if you kind of lay the foundation of having really, really open communication, then it's much, much easier to never feel like there's a need to fake an orgasm because you have that open communication going already. So in the act, if you are having, like, I'm actually on an antidepressant SSRI, it can inhibit orgasms, can literally make it really, really, really hard for me to come. And sometimes I'll just plateau for like 15 minutes. And my dude's getting really tired. He's been planking basically for 15 minutes straight. Like, that's rough, you know? And if I'm just taking forever to come, like, there's times when I'm like, oh, I could just fake it and be done. Like, but that's not doing me any favors either.
But then you set up a precedent in your relationship.
But because I have that foundation where I feel super comfortable, like, communicating with my partner, I'll just be like, babe, let's just slow down for a couple, like, let's just slow down or just break for a couple minutes because I'm like plateauing and I really want to come, but like my body's just fighting me on it right now. So if we just like chill out and we do something else, we change the pace, like I'll just be like, can you just like massage my shoulders and like lick my neck for a minute, you know, whatever I need. So that lets me cool down, takes that pressure off where I'm not like just trying to force myself to come. And then it always like comes easy after that. And then I have my little orgasm. And look, I communicated. I didn't fake anything. We feel closer and more intimate because of it. And it's just, I mean, yeah, when I decided to do that and to just be like super, super fucking like frank about communicating around sex, because it was literally just, I just decided to do that.
Yeah. So it was you that sort of instigated that idea in your relationship?
Yeah. Well, it's because I kind of had some issues with that in a previous relationship. So it was, and it was when I met my current partner, and like I said, we've been together for 2 years, and it was kind of one of the things I decided for myself because I took a break from dating entirely before I met my current partner. But yeah, I that was one of the things I was like, my next when I'm ready to date again, I need to have everything on the table with sex. Like I don't ever want to like have, you know, those moments.
Those moments, yeah, I get what you're saying. How do you get many guys like walking like well, also not now with friggin' COVID and quarantine and whatnot.
Yeah.
But do you normally get many guys coming up to you in the street?
Oh, like even during COVID. Oh Jesus, I'm surprised by how many people.
Is it? Do these guys recognize you, or are they just hitting on you because you're hot?
I don't think. I mean, it's hard to tell. Like you know, I think a lot of guys, if they did recognize me, they might have the presence of mind to like be more subtle than that. Mm. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. I don't know if they're that crafty. But like,
you can't tell. Okay, so you do have guys hitting on you in the streets and stuff.
I don't know that they recognize me unless they specifically tell me that.
Yeah, so they're not saying that.
No.
But how often does this happen? Like all the time?
Every single time I leave my house. Every time I leave my house.
Yeah.
Literally every time I leave my house.
It's
a lot.
How do these guys make you feel most of the time? Are they socially awkward? Are they socially calibrated? Are they just polite and nice, or are they a bit creepy? Are they are some of them attractive? And you're actually
actually a lot of the time they're incredibly there was one time a guy hit on me in public, or like he didn't catcall me. He was respectful in his approach. And I think about this one. It's so funny that I think about this one specific guy because he was so fucking hot. Like even after I turned him down, I watched him walk away, and I was like, damn it, that guy's so fucking hot. Like, I would fuck his brains out.
You turned him down.
Yeah, because I just don't. It's like.
I thought you were poly.
Nah, that's not what that means, though, right? Like, I enjoy fucking like almost everyone. Absolutely, that's why I do porn. But that's also like kind of where I get that energy, where that's satisfied is in my work in porn. For safety reasons, like literally my personal safety and also sexual health safety. Like I don't just kind of meet random people. And also, I'm so fucking busy. Like, I don't have time to fuck with anyone else.
That I can
like,
actually
you know, I have a boyfriend, and like that's my emotional relationship. So like when I'm hanging out, chilling, like sexting someone, it's, you know, usually my partner.
So if Siri,
that's like why I don't. My fans ask all the time if I do Skype shows. That's why I don't. Like,
if Siri turns you down on the street, guys, she probably wanted to fuck you, but. But her schedule's just a bit too busy. So sorry.
I'm so sorry. My schedule's so incredibly busy. I gotta schedule my sex in.
Yeah. Well, this is a good question. I mean, that's a really good question. How did you actually meet your current partner?
We had worked together in the past.
Oh, like so we used to be a performer? Oh no, you're like your civilian job.
Yeah, one of my top secret post-porn civilian jobs. We had worked together in the past. Yeah.
Like so it was just a workplace fling.
Mm-hmm. And we were friends. We didn't. No, it wasn't even a fling. Like we didn't actually start dating until after I left that job. Huh. So we were friends. We knew each other for a couple years. And so then
you were in each other's sort of social circle.
Yeah. Yeah. We'd go to we'd have a coworker would have like a party, or someone would move away and they'd have a goodbye party or something. We'd see each other at things like that, and we'd see each other sometimes at work.
Yeah.
And there was like, what's funny is like I was always dating someone else that whole time anyway. So like there wasn't really much sexual tension either. Like I always thought he was very attractive.
You were dating somebody else, and this guy was sort of in your social circle. Mm-hmm. And then, because I find this quite curious. And then you broke it off with this other guy.
You're trying to decipher the formula of how he got in there.
Well, here's the thing. It's there's a term for this kind of guy, and you would call him like. So it sounds like this guy got super, super lucky, because normally,
yeah,
when an attractive woman has a dude in her social circle who's a friend, they ain't ever fucking, ever.
I don't do that though.
But this guy,
I mean, like, I don't classify people like in that. I pretty much always, like, everyone that I'm friends with, I usually have a thought like. At least once, I will seriously just give myself a minute and sit there and think, what would it be like to fuck them? It doesn't matter what their gender is. Like, yeah, I'm bi anyway.
What would it be like to fuck them?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's not, I try to not like, like classify people in these like rigid categories. I feel like relationships can be fluid, and like, you know, I can be really close friends with someone and develop romantic feelings over time, or the other way around could also happen. But yeah, it's like I didn't see him as like a romantic interest. I mean, he was also in a relationship the whole time too. Like, that's worth mentioning. Like, we were both kind of taken, so it wasn't
and then you both kind of broke up with your partners.
Yeah.
And then how did it sort of eventually come together?
Well, we had started hanging out just casually, just because we discovered that we liked like a lot of the same stuff, and like we had fun just having long conversations and like playing Scrabble and like random shit.
Right. So it sounds like a very like a typical like social circle.
It was
kind of hookup situation.
It really was.
I don't mean hookup as in like a one night stand. I mean like is it how you eventually got romantic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we started hanging out. I think we hung out for several months, and then finally, like, I think we watched a movie and then like kind of made out one night, and then the next time we hung out, because he brings this up, I was specifically like, can we just fuck? I pretty much just was like, I just really want to have sex with you. Can we fuck right now? Like, there you go. And then we fucked.
I don't like your boldness, Siri.
Yes.
Okay. I want to move on to a slightly different topic. Are you familiar with the word simp?
Oh my God, yeah. I'm not sure that I totally understand the origin of simp, but I know what it means. Like, I'm familiar.
What do you think it means?
Simping. It's like, so what I just like, it seems like it has a negative connotation because obviously it's short for simple. So it's saying like
giant thighs are getting away with my chair.
So it's like simple, like simplistic. So like you're a simp. It's like basically I see guys who are like porn fans being called simp, or like a guy who like does anything that's like overtly showing admiration for a woman is simping.
So the definition is actually wrong.
What?
So the one you just gave.
Okay.
So what a simp a simp is an acronym which stands for sucker idolizing mediocre pussy. That's the if you go
Wait,
on to,
this is a Reddit thing, right?
That's a Urban Dictionary definition.
Okay.
Of simp. Yeah. It's an Ebonics thing.
Oh,
it comes from like black culture, black.
I felt like it. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you for educating me.
Like porg.
Yeah.
Right? Fat, which is actually an acronym of an acronym.
PAWG, yeah.
Yeah, fat ass white girl. But
that's so
the fat
true. I never thought about it.
But the fat is pretty hot and tempting, like the PHAT
Oh my
fat.
God.
So it's an acronym within an acronym.
I didn't never think about that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's what the word simp came from. It's like this acronym of sucker idolizing mediocre pussy. So basically, like all the dudes who subscribe to performers OnlyFans are referred to as simps on Twitter.
Yeah, which makes sense. And I see, you know, again, back to the Instagram comments, there's always people in the comments like just trying to start shit, being like, why are you simping for this porn girl?
It's become a really common, like, it's that phrase has come out and probably like this year is sort of when that phrase really started to be a thing and became
the year of the simp.
Well, here's why I think that is because OnlyFans became a household word this year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like OnlyFans, like the percentage of people on the platform, like skyrocketed once lockdown hit.
Yeah,
and all these Instagram models jumped on it, absolutely jumped it because like, oh, well now like I can't do it my regular day job, or like whoever was sponsoring my Instagram thing. The sponsorship has dried up. I got to find a way to make money now.
Yeah,
let's jump on this OnlyFans bandwagon. And what's happening? Did you know that I found this out recently? OnlyFans is owned by the same company that owns MFC.
Yeah,
My Free Cams. I did not know that until like
I'd heard
2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's kind of wild.
But they've owned them for like a couple of years or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really annoying because I'd expect their customer service to be a little bit better.
You would
if they're owned by MFC.
It like basically doesn't exist.
Christ almighty. But I think, and we're kind of seeing this with like the whole Bella Thorne thing that happened. There's a clear push from at least to me, it seems like it's a clear push from OnlyFans to kind of discard or try and distance itself from pornography and get more of these influencers on their platform.
Yeah.
Because of big money, I mean, what Bella made like $2 million
in like
in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like because all these girls have gigantic followings, because it's so like you'll get like Instagram hates porn. Well, hates porn stars, I should say.
Yeah,
Hates
Instagram
porn
is
stars.
incredibly censorship happy.
Yeah, they'll any excuse to, because like, I mean, girls will complain about this all the time. You'll get like a photo that you might post, some random Instagram thought is going to post an even more risque thing, and yet yours will get flagged.
Right.
Because your name is searchable on Pornhub.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I mean, you can even see it in things. If you go to look at like Playboy's official Instagram account, like they've got topless photos of models that the nipple, it's like they'll blur it or like pixelate it, but it's literally just the exact like diameter of the areola itself is pixelated. And it is, you look at it and at the thumbnail before you tap on it and it expands, you can't tell that it's even remotely censored. It just looks like some titties.
Yeah.
Like, and that's Playboy, right? But they have however many millions of followers. They have a very recognizable name. They have a status in our culture that is elevated above like your garden variety, like porn. So
yeah,
Instagram doesn't care.
No.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like all these girls who can get huge followings by doing basically the same shit.
Yeah.
Have now found a way to like monetize that fan base. And I mean, prior to that, they were using like premium Snapchats. Yeah. Basically. But that's just a shitty platform. It's nowhere near as good as OnlyFans in terms of it's
incredibly hard to manage premium Snapchat. I do it. I have one, and I think there's still a specific market for that, right? Like I understand why someone would want to get their content, their porn through Snapchat and not another thing. It's a little more like on the DL. But
I feel like I hate Snapchat. Cannot fucking stand it. I refuse. I had so many when I first started. I had a bunch of fans saying, "Oh, you have a premium Snapchat." I tried to play around with it for like a day, and I'm like, "Fuck this thing." I just deleted it. I'm just no. I refuse to have, because the thing I don't like about it is it's an app that demands your time. It doesn't help you, man. It doesn't like with things like OnlyFans. I can schedule stuff on my feed in advance. Okay, and I can DM everybody with a click of a button. Yeah. Snapchat, I'm like, this thing demands me to be filming 24 hours. Some days I don't want to jerk off. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some days I just want to hit the gym. I just want to cook a steak. I want to like fucking do some work, do a podcast. Like, I don't want to be jerking off all the time. Yeah. I've got to save loads for paid scenes, man. Like,
I haven't done like live jerk off shows on my Snapchat in a long time. And I'm pretty clear about the type of content I put on there, but mostly I repost like videos that I've already filmed. It's kind of a mix of that and like real life stuff. Like I kind of use it like my regular Snapchat account. Like
I see a lot of
weird, funny stuff that
I used to date. I dated this girl this porn girl very briefly, and her Snapchat was literally like she'd do like 8 snaps a day. 6 of them were her like smoking a bong in a bikini. Yeah. And that was it. And then like the last 2 would be her like sucking some dick. Yeah. Or something. And it's like like all these guys are paying just to watch her like get lit in a fucking bikini. I'm like, what the fuck?
I might adopt that as my new thing. That sounds great.
Do you smoke?
I do. I started smoking weed 6 months ago.
Huh, really?
And I've quickly become like my friends kind of tease me about like they're like, you're stoner now. And I'm not like high all the time. I like to smoke a little bit before bed. That's really nice.
Chills you out. Like,
it does.
I see a lot of a lot of dudes in porn, well, at least here in LA. A lot of dudes in porn use it to like chill out. They'll like I know that they will light up before a scene, even though we're not supposed. We're not supposed to because of the consent laws and like, are you under the influence of drugs or alcohol? No, I'm not. That stuff. Right. But I know that there's lots of dudes who do it. Yeah. They'll light up before a scene to like just calm the fuck. Because there's a ton of dudes. When I say a ton of dudes, there's not that many. There's like 30 guys in the industry. Like, so a ton. Like there's a large percentage of that 30 dudes. Who are basically ADD. Yeah. Especially
that is actually really common. You're right.
The male performers, it's really common for the dudes to be ADD. I was diagnosed with ADD when I was younger, so I guess I still have elements of that in my personality, right? but there's a lot of dudes like because you catch them because I'll catch them on set after a scene. You know, when you're like swapping over the crews, and they'll just be fucking running because they haven't had a blunt yet. They'll just be running around all over the place, like they can't concentrate on one conversation. Mm-hmm. You know, they'll be having like 4 conversations at the same fucking time with their dick out.
Yeah, that's a good observation because I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
like there's a lot, and then a lot of them will use that like the blunt to like calm them the fuck down.
I've never done a scene high.
Don't because it makes the girls annoying to work with.
Yeah, I don't think I could.
I
do. There's a certain amount of social anxiety I'll get when I'm high that I don't really like to be high if I'm like with a lot of people or like with people I don't know super well.
Yeah, see, weed like I've never actually smoked weed. Mm-hmm. But I've been like this girl I was saying I briefly dated. She was lighting up like a bong 6 times a day. So I'm pretty sure I was in a hot box whenever I was in her house.
Yeah, and
it just made me paranoid. And I didn't even smoke any of it. But I'm pretty sure that was my response to it. So I'm like, I don't even want to go anywhere near this thing anyway.
Yeah.
But it's funny because when I first moved out here to LA, when I would tell people on set, especially if I'm like on like a gangbang set or something, there's like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And they're passing in a joint or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I don't smoke. They look at me like I've got 3 heads.
I used to get that because I didn't start smoking or really like using cannabis on any type of like regular basis until very recently.
Yeah.
Yeah. People thought I was nuts. I remember when I lived in LA from like 2012 to 2015, people were like, you don't smoke weed? And
like, okay, Californians, like this is a very rare thing. The rest of the world doesn't allow this crap. So like, I mean, like like
Amsterdam, but you know.
Oh, look, caveat, look, they grew up where I grew up. Where I'm from, they actually grew it in the bush, in the forest, like surrounding my house. So people do smoke weed in Australia, but it's not legal, so it's not like.
And it's not as much of it's a really like a cultural thing in California.
Totally, it's a real cultural thing here, and whatever. Like it's not just let me be. I don't. Don't stop offering me like gummies and edibles and shit all the time. Yeah. I don't fucking need it. Come on. Well, look, I reckon we might wrap it up there because we're almost going on for like an hour. I feel like we've picked your brain a fair bit.
This has been super fun.
Good. I want to get more girls on this show. So the more girls that have fun having a lighthearted chat, shooting the shit and. You know, genuine, just being honest. You know,
it's a fun time.
You don't have to like put on a front.
Yeah, I don't really do that.
And you don't do that. I know you don't do that.
I just. You know why? Because I'm too damn busy. I don't have the energy for that.
I think. Then this goes back to something like we touched on earlier. How you're running all your own stuff, and you can easily see when you meet girls. In this industry, the ones that do and the ones that don't. Yeah. Because the ones that do have the work ethic. Mm-hmm. Like you just got this look in your eye, like I have shit to do. Like
I do. I have like 30 dicks to rate when I get home. Dick ratings, it's a huge part of my OnlyFans. Like a lot of dudes join my OnlyFans because they're like, oh my God, she'll rate my dick. I gotta get that.
Okay, I'm not gonna stop this stream right now because you just opened up a can of worms.
Yeah.
So I've never done a dick rating. I've never been asked to do a dick rating by my gay fans. What goes into a dick rating? How do you rate a dick?
So first of all, I just want to give a disclaimer. It was not my idea to rate anyone's dick. I had no interest in doing any type of dick ratings. What happened is I started OnlyFans, and when I started to get my subscriber numbers built up and I had a lot more subscribers, I started noticing a pattern of guys asking me to rate their dicks. And I just was like, well, okay, this is a thing that a lot of people want. I'm just going to standardize it, come up with like a set price, and make it a pinned post in my OnlyFans feed. So it's obvious that like they don't have to, that way I'm not answering the same fucking question 20 times a day. Right? It's just there. If you want a dick rating, tip this amount. For a written response, if you want a video clip dick rating, tip this amount. So I get a lot of those requests. And I go through and basically like I try to do them like once a week, where I go through and I go through, like assembly line style. Like I go through all my dick rating requests. I look at the dick photo. I think about it, give it some consideration. Then I give it a response.
How long do you think about a dick before you rate it?
I mean, it takes me a couple minutes per dick. For like the video ratings, like I'm giving them like at least it's like usually around a 30-second to a 1-minute clip of me talking about how I think their dick looks. I give it some honest thought. But to the actual rating, they get a number on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the highest possible score. Right. I don't know that I've ever given someone a 10. I feel like
no one's a 10.
I feel like it's no, like 10 is literally a perfect score. No how could I possibly rate your dick a 10 if I haven't ever touched it? Like I don't know how perfect it is. Like perfection is hard to get. Okay, like that being said, I'm not mean. So you're not honest, okay, like, yeah, because that's actually something. Renegade Randall, this is amazing. Yes, this is absolutely amazing. And Anna absolutely loves you, Siri. Oh, hi, Anna. Thanks.
So, because I always, for some reason, I always envisioned dick rating stuff to be derogatory stuff, like
a femdom thing.
Maybe that's because I have seen lots of femdom porn stars doing it, and so I just assume maybe that's what they do.
Yeah,
they just degrade.
I think that's probably where it originated, to be honest.
Yeah, like they like insult the dude's dick.
I get requests for that. I will once in a while. It's not even like a 10%, but it's once in a while I'll get a dick rating request that is included. They will send me another DM that's like, by the way, I really like being degraded. Like, and I'm like, okay, I know what that means. You want a mean dick rating? They'll slip it. Like I for some reason, like I don't know if like every straight porn star gets this, but this is definitely my friggin' niche. Like I get all my gay fans want me to degrade the hell out of them. Yeah, they really want me to like go to town, and I mean like use words that I wouldn't use in my everyday life. Let's just say that. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it's like funny. I posted a photo of my. They want you to be their dom daddy. Well, I guess that's the case. Like when I look at I actually love looking at my Pornhub. Like when a company releases a trailer. Oh, you go look at the comments. I look at the comments. I love it. Me too. I love it because it's fun. It's useful for me to see which scenes are popular, so I know like okay like. I'm a fucking geek. Like, okay, I opened up like this in that scene, or I looked like this in that scene, or this is how I acted, like my character acted. Okay, this is popular, this is not popular, whatever. And the stuff that's really popular for me is when I'm a mean bastard. Yeah. When I'm like a mean guy, and it's like mean. It's like almost like mean Stirling is hot Stirling and stuff like this. And I posted this photo on my OnlyFans last week, I think it was. And it was just me like flipping the bird. Oh my god. And that was it. And it got like more likes than like everything else that like I've ever posted. I'm like, gosh, you guys are easy. Just like all I gotta do is tell you I hate you and you love me. What? I don't actually hate you guys. If any of my OnlyFans subscribers are watching right now, I don't hate you at all. But I'll pretend like I do. I'll pretend like I do. If you keep paying me enough, I'll pretend like I do. It's just like, come on. Yeah, and I think that's and I don't know if that's like a gay fetishization of straight dudes. I think possibly. That's interesting to think about. You know, because a lot of these custom requests that I've gotten along these lines was saying words that I wouldn't normally say. Yeah, is basically like, okay, I want you to be. I had one guy who was like, I want you to be my brother, and you've found out that I am gay, and I want you to like spit in my mouth and like I'd spit over the camera and that kind of stuff. Yeah. I think degrade me according to this. Shame and sexuality are so intertwined a lot of the time. Why do you think that is? But like it makes sense that the gay community or like some gay men would have some like fetishization that's tied into the shame that they might feel or have felt in the past around being gay, because that is also still stigmatized to some level. And I often wonder if it's because I don't know the age of these guys. Yeah. Right. I often wonder. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, oh, are these like gay men who are like, 40, 50 plus years old who were like
who had to keep this shit in the closet and had to be
Maybe
ashamed
still
about
in the closet,
right? Versus like Gen Z or millennial homosexuals who can be out and open and it's fine.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know if they would have as many of these tendencies for this fetish.
Yeah.
I really don't think they would.
Yeah, I think that's super interesting.
Right? I like this, Renegade. A girl I was fooling with got tipped $50 to roast.
Fantastic. Get it, girl.
I hope she get it. Okay, what kind of things would you say if someone asked you to like roast their dick? Like what kind of insults are you gonna use? Like what adjectives? It's all about the adjectives.
What dick?
Oh,
I don't see a dick.
That's good.
Is that a dick or is it a peanut? Like, what the fuck am I looking at here?
There you go.
Can you find a photo of an actual fucking dick to show me? Because I don't know what you're trying to... Is this a joke? That.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is why she's a professional. Because she can pull that shit out of her ass.
I'm such a nice person, but
you actually are.
You're so mean.
And that's the thing. Like a lot. I said this yesterday with Belle. Like a lot of the girls that I know who are professional doms are sweethearts. Mm-hmm. They're absolute sweethearts. But they just know how to. They can turn that character on.
I am also a Gemini. Maybe that helps. Like I've got the evil twin side.
Guess what?
Just whip it out.
Guess what star sign I am.
We didn't talk about this on set the other day, did we?
No, we don't. I know Robbie talks about it with everybody.
He does. Yeah,
that's his thing. It's like he'll go up and ask like.
He is also a Gemini, so
he'll do like a horoscope of you.
Am I supposed to guess now?
Yeah.
Oh God.
What star sign do I come across with?
I'm not good at guessing.
Stop looking at me like that.
Are you pointing at me?
Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Reflection?
I'm looking at you, looking at me on this screen.
I think. All right, I'm not sure that I'm ready to guess like a specific actual sign. I think
pussy.
Like you are probably an air sign.
You're correct. You're correct. I'm a pterodactyl. You're absolutely correct.
I'm just gonna have to fucking pick one and go. Aquarius.
Stop. No, stop. I'm not gonna tell you.
I can fucking. You're on the internet.
I know. You can
your birthday.
Exactly. You can look it up. But I don't believe in any of that stuff. So that's why I wanted you to make.
Well,
too
too bad. I'm gonna look it up.
And the thing is, if you look up, here's the thing: when you look up my birthday as a porn star, they get it backwards. Because in America, Americans and the American and European way of writing birthday, we put the month of the day the opposite way around. So
March 4th.
Yeah.
All right.
But what happens is on April 3rd every year.
So you're a Pisces?
Bingo. Huh. April 3rd every year, all my fans on my Twitter are like, "Happy birthday!" I'm like, "You've missed it. Sorry."
Oh my God.
Like it was the other. It was.
That's hilarious.
The wrong way around because Brazzers has it the wrong way around.
Oh my God.
On the website. So I'm like, oh, I don't know who to contact to fix that shit.
Oh no! All your fans that want you to be their dom daddy who are into astrology are sitting around so excited about how they're being dommed by an Aries when it turns out you're a Pisces. Like how disappointing.
That'll just ruin the fantasy for them. What about you? Do you like being dominated and degraded? Is there an aspect to you?
I'm definitely a bottom sexually. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
so you fucked me, so you know. Yeah. Oh, I'm a bottom.
I get that was a leading question. Yeah. I knew the answer to the question already, but it's just for the viewer.
I have done femdom work, and as you just saw, like I can be mean. But it is one of those things that I'm like, are you paying me to do it?
Yeah.
I don't do it for my own pleasure.
The girl, that's the thing. Even with girls who do this, who do pro dom stuff, like professionally, they it's not like it's not sexually gratifying for them. Yeah. It's a power thing. They get off on the power aspect of it, and you can relate to this, I assume. Yeah. Having shot some like you said, you've shot a couple of femdoms.
Yeah,
it's like it's a power trip.
It's fun. Like
it's not necessarily like you're not getting off on it, but it's just a fun thing.
Yeah,
and that's like I think a lot of guys would be quite surprised to hear that.
I get a kick out of it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the response.
See, I even have a little evil cackle to follow that.
Bingo. Yeah, and it's not because I've dated girls who were professional dominatrixes, and they're all fucking bottoms in the bedroom with me. Like they all want to be choked and slapped around and tied up and shit. Like, but then they're paying clients. They're stepping on his balls in their high heels or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and even like in the wider BDSM community, which I've never been like totally steeped in, but I've known people who are, and it's like very much a lifestyle for them. And what I've seen is that a lot of the time in like BDSM communities, people who are doms, who are very respected for being very like doms in a BDSM scene, or like masters, you know, a lot of the time they start out as a submissive. Like they actually kind of work up, like they know what it's like to be a sub. And they learn it's like know all of your roles kind of thing.
That is.
So it makes sense that women who are like, you know, maybe in their personal lives, they want to get fucked and just like treated like a dirty little slut and be super submissive can also be very dominant.
I think that's most women. Like, well, at least in my experience, that's like 99.999% of the women I've ever met.
Yeah.
They want me to fucking throw them around.
Yeah.
But there's an odd parallel there because I don't know, the professional tango dancers, right? Professional tango dancers. There's a male and a female role in the dance, and a lot of professional tango dancers will, like the men will learn the women's role. Yeah. So they can better lead a woman in a dance.
Makes sense.
Like they have to learn that side so they know what they're doing when it comes to leading.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't know that. You're full of random information.
I am. I am extremely intelligent, and people don't really people sleep. I'm not. Don't feel pity on me, honey.
Just treat you like a dumb meathead.
Don't feel pity on me. I can. I don't mind if they think I'm dumb.
Neither do I.
I don't mind if they think I'm dumb. I'll get away with shit. They want to see it coming.
It's fun when people underestimate you.
Yeah, and that happens a lot with us, I think.
Yeah.
But all right, now I will wrap the show up after we got done with all the dick rating stuff. So, thank you once again for coming on, Siri.
Thank you, Stirling.
You had a great time.
It was super fun.
I hope you all enjoyed what the lovely Siri had to say today. Don't forget, if you're still watching, smash that like button. It helps it show up in the YouTube algorithm results. And if you want to see more of this content, then subscribe and hit the notification bell. Otherwise, it doesn't show up in your news feed, your YouTube feed. If you're on Twitter watching this right now, jump on over to YouTube, type in Stirling Cooper, find my channel and subscribe to it as well. If you're watching on Twitch, then give me a follow. And you're also on Twitch.
I am. I'm Siri Dahl on Twitch. SIRIDAHL.
Siri D. Yeah, that the way her name is spelled is in the title of this video as well, in case you weren't sure how to spell it. And where else can people find you?
I'm on Instagram, therealsiri.ps, and Twitter, therealsirips, and my main website is just my name, SiriDahl.com.
There you go. Awesome. All right. That'll do us, guys. You have a lovely evening. I'll see you next time. I'm going to reach all the way over here to shut this thing down.